Welcome students. In the last video session we had discussed about the Regulating Act, and today we are going to discuss about the Pitt's India Act. So let's see Pitt's India Act. Pitt's India Act was passed to overcome the shortcomings of the Regulating Act. So what were the main provisions of the Pitt's India Act? Let's see. The first point, for political purposes, the company was placed under the British government. Second point, the governors of Bombay and Madras were made fully subordinate to the Governor General of Bengal. Third point, the Governor General was given the power to overrule the advice of the Council. And fourth point, the company retained its monopoly over Indian trade. So, over a period of time, a numbers of acts were passed. Finally, the company was deprived of its commercial privileges by the Charter Act of 1833. The company came under the Board of Control. Now let's see how the Britishers managed the administration. The British administrative system. The three pillars of the British administrative system were the army. The East India Company started to recruit sepoys from states like Awadh, Bihar and Banaras. They followed a policy of discrimination. Indians were denied high positions. Soldiers were given proper training to fight in new muskets, and matchlock were also introduced. Muskets and matchlock, these were the guns of that time. The British army was well disciplined and very well trained. Second, the police. Lord Cornwallis organized a proper police force. Thanas, police stations were established, and darogas, the police officers, were made in charge of the thanas. Several thanas were put under the administrative control of a district. Now the civil service. Lord Cornwallis created the Indian Civil Service for the proper administration of the British territories. Till 1853, the appointments were made by the directors of the company, but later on they started the system of written examination, which was conducted in England. For a long time, Indians were excluded from this service. Later on, Indians were allowed to give the examination, but they were given subordinate posts. Now the judiciary system. Justice was enforced through a system of civil and criminal courts. The courts were presided over by the English but were assisted by the Maulvis and Hindu Pandits for the interpretation of traditional laws prevalent in India. In 1775, 11 Pandits compiled a digest of Hindu laws, and N.B. Halhed translated it into English by the Regulating Act.